hives to like.
How
No,
crazy
you
is
guys,
it?
I like have like real life experience. Okay, like
so crazy.
I have like 9
method.
lives, bro. Like
Your method.
I'm method, you guys. And he was like, "What about like tons of blood and carnage and flesh?" And I was like,
Guys.
"No, I can't. Whatever you think it's actually so much worse."
If you
Like,
knew Mason too, like if you knew him, it's so funny. Hi guys, welcome to the Terrifier 3 themed episode of Anniewood, episode 102. We have my co-star, my scene partner from Terrifier 3, the #1 movie in the nation right now, Blair Robertson. She's amazing and adorable. We had a great episode. For the extended and uncensored version, go to patreon.com/Annie Lederman. I'm on the road. You can see me this very weekend, Friday and Saturday, with Josh Powder at the House of Comedy at the Mall of America in Minnesota. November 1st and 2nd, I'll be in Madison, Wisconsin. November 3rd, I'm in Chicago for one night at the Den Theater. November 14th and 16th, I will be in Connecticut at the Comics Roadhouse. November 19th is the next Anniewood and Friends. I will be in Boston, Massachusetts at Laugh Boston, November 22nd, 23rd. And then the rest of the year, we have more dates coming. I'll be in Alaska. I'll be in Toronto. I'll be in Kansas City and a lot more. So go to annielederman.com/shows. Enjoy.
Welcome to Anniewood.
oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Do we have a terrifying episode of Anniewood today on the absolute flame of just an exploding career of our new gorgeous scream queen. We have Blair Robertson here.
Hello.
I would say she stole the show in Terrifier 3. Not just because she was my scene partner, but also because she had an epic demise. We don't want to give too many spoilers, but...
Wait, yeah, are we doing spoilers?
I don't know.
Are we allowed? Are we gonna get a text from Damien like, no,
like,
delete it now? I've already gotten that before.
The spoilers they want like what people did in the theater. The only they're like, someone threw up, they slipped in their own vomit.
They got a concussion. They got to squirt it out.
Yeah, they really want like, there was an ambulance, which does happen, which is exciting.
There was an EMT at the NYC premiere. And I'm pretty sure I was looking at her and like, not to judge, but I was like, girl, I work in the medical field. You are not an EMT. I was looking at her, I was like, you are, that's a costume.
It was someone trying to like sneak in to see the movie.
It was like for show, but I love it. I mean, people need help.
For those of you don't know and are hiding under a rock, Terrifier 3 is an indie, low-budget horror film, obviously third of the franchise, that has blown the F up. It surpassed Joker 2. What's the robot movie?
Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot, which is so funny. I don't know if it's the same demographic going to both. Probably.
I was going to say, I don't even know what that is.
It's like a kid's movie.
Okay.
But don't you feel like people that like adults that go to Disney movies probably also like horror?
They're definitely like, that's like their like guilty pleasure.
There's trauma.
There's trauma. Like an inner, like.
If you're like a grown up, but you might be, are you a Disney person?
No, and no, like I don't want any enemies, please. I think that might be the worst demographic to have as your enemies because they're like, Mickey Mouse is gonna get you, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know what he's gonna do to me.
I feel like you could be a Disney princess. I feel
oh my God.
Well, by the way, I played in her, and just this, we can spoil this. We had our own podcast on the show.
Yeah, so this is like movie. Deja vu, basically.
So I was like, let's make it come to life. I'm wearing my outfit from it. I'm clinging.
She didn't give me the memo, so now I just look silly.
I'm clinging. No, you look so cute. Well, you look cuter than they're ever going to dress you in a wardrobe.
Well, also
it's
like
style.
Yeah, and I don't know. You have to like, be a certain age and stuff. I'm actually a grown person, which like I don't typically play in things that I do. I'm usually like in school still. So
well, I played her roommate, her college roommate. So
yep.
What's up?
What was the name of our podcast again?
Graven
Image.
Graven Image or Graven Graven Image. That's so funny.
No, it's actually an iconic name.
Image. Welcome to Graven Image. I don't want to say what happens in it. I don't want to spoil my part.
Guys, she's starring.
I'm the star. You should see me.
Her name appears first in the film. It opens up and says, Annie.
You should see me. It's Annie Lederman's Damien Leone's Terrifier.
Yeah, then comes Damien.
You should have seen me at the premiere, or at the, not at the, okay, so I was telling her beforehand, there was a New York City premiere. I was in New York. I just don't read emails. I'm like so ADD.
So bad.
It's so embarrassing. I missed it. I was horrified.
No, I get there and I think I asked Damien, I was like, where's Annie? Like I was excited
Damien
to see.
could have thrown a text.
I've been like keeping up with your memes on your Instagram story and like I don't have anyone to send them to, but like I'd be laughing. So
am I too inappropriate for your family?
Well, I mean, I just shot a shower scene. So
I was going to say,
my family's got bigger fish to fry right now.
Okay.
Than the memes I'm
So
sending.
I wanted to ask you, so when you auditioned for this film, were you aware of Terrifier?
Okay. First audition, no. I treated it, like any other intriguing role that came my way. I was like, awesome. Put my little self-tape set up in my living room and I'm going to have my roommate, I'm going to bribe her with Starbucks and have her read with me, as I do. And by the time I got to the second round, I was like, okay, I need to take these things a little bit more seriously. So I asked a friend who I know is really into horror. I was like, you ever heard of like the Terrifier? You would have thought, I don't know, you would have thought I like bought him a puppy. He freaked out, like actually freaked the fuck out. And he was like, you've gotta get it. I love Damien's my idol. And I literally was like, oh my God. I hardly know this kid. And he's like bearing his soul to me. And so I was like, you know what? I really want this. Yeah. This guy seems sick. So I started doing my research. And then I was like, no, I really want this. And then we get to chemistry reads. I read with Mason and I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, no. Like sometimes you leave an audition and you're like, yeah. And I was like, no. I feel like I am Mia and I want this. Yes. And here we are. So.
Me is Mia.
Me is Mia, Mia is me.
And then, okay, so did you know what was going to happen to you? It was probably top secret, right?
Yes, they keep everything very tight-lipped, I will say. And so at first, there was a disclaimer on the initial audition, and they were like,
you're going to get fucked up.
May need some partial nudity. And
they said that to Mason. Guys, we're not going to spoil anything, but like,
it's not partial nudity. Yeah, that's not a spoil.
Well, in the end, it was partial, but
it's men's nudity. No, but then they were like, so there's going to be like some intense, gory scene, and I'm like, okay, cool. We get to chemistry reads, and Damien's like, how squeamish are you? And I was like, not at all. I think the human body's fucking sick. And he was like, what about like tons of blood and carnage and flesh? And I was like, yeah, like I guess, like I don't know, like
my roommate's so excited.
Like, yeah, I do that all the time. Like I'm like a serial killer. Like I don't know. Yeah. And so then he like finally sends me like the final cut of the scene, and I remember my jaw just dropping. And me and Mason were like, "Do you know how they're gonna do this?" And I was like, "No fucking clue," but I'm really amped up. Like I was just excited. Like I was like, I have no idea how you could possibly bring this to life. This is crazier than I could have imagined, but I was stoked. It was exciting.
When I was on set with you guys, I was like, girl, you're going to blow up in a way. Cause has it been why? I mean, cause I knew like ahead of time, you probably knew from the reaction of your roommate. It's like, I am obsessed with this franchise. I know how amazing it is, but this is like another level. This is crazy. Beating out Joker 2. Oh shit, Tim Dillon. My friend did a cameo in Joker 2.
Pat, take that. You need to do a cameo in Terrifier if you want to make it big. Okay.
But like, has it been insane?
Yeah. To not be dramatic, it's been a little bit overwhelming just because, like, I don't know, people were saying that and they were like, welcome to the family, like, it's going to be sick. And then you don't realize it till, like, your phone's blowing up and you're getting these email requests. And it's really, really cool. And I feel, like, honored, honestly. Like, even, like, sitting here and chatting with you, I'm like, what a cool experience. Like, the Terrifier kind of brought us together.
I was like, yoink. I plucked you right away. Please. I was like, and you're with me now. Well, I remember, so they have because their scene was a little intimate, they have the intimacy coordinator. And she was like, I kept trying to like get to you. And she kept like, I had to go through like, she was like, well, and then they have to check with you. Can Annie come in? Because she'd be like in different parts of getting different
I had like different like removed. Intimacy garments on and stuff like that.
Like, I'm like, does she have 2 boobs? Like, how many boobs does she have at this point?
Oh, she's down to 1 now.
Yeah, it was just like so crazy.
No, Maria was amazing. And like, that was like one of my number one things, like heading into an intense scene like that was having an intimacy coordinator, and their job is fucking sick. Like, I don't know if you've ever thought about like breaking down intimacy and like what like looks good doing intimacy, but I was so glad to have her. And she was behind the camera. She made sure all of our boundaries were protected. Like, she was the greatest.
Did you have to give like a list of things?
Oh yeah. Like airtight, like we're talking contract, like
yes.
Side boob, yes.
Yeah.
Titty, no. Like we're like
No purple nurples, Mason.
No,
I just
thank you.
Gave you a titty twist. You're like, what?
Can you imagine Art?
Art, oh my God, he would have loved that.
Wait, don't tell Damien. No.
Damien, breastfeeding mother.
Alone.
By the way, Damien, I can play breastfeeding mother. I didn't die. But breastfeeding
She
mom.
comes to avenge me.
Breastfeeding mom. I mean, I could avenge her.
Leave the babies out of this, please. I beg of you. The infants didn't do anything. Oh my God.
It's so crazy. And then are you a dance instructor as well, or you just dance? Because I've seen you dance with children. So you're like,
don't make it weird, okay?
You're like, I did. Well, not like,
I taught them to dance.
She's like, I teach kids by day, and by night I am in the craziest thing in the entire world.
Well, that's I've been a little worried about some of my students seeing this.
They're gonna be so proud
A couple
of
of them commented like, "Oh my God, congrats!" And I'm like, "Girl, this is not for you. Like, it's like 18, okay? Like not 13."
What do you feel about young kids sneaking into the movie?
Well, it's very apparent that they're doing it based off of my DMs. I can assure you. Don't worry, that under 18 audience is seeing Terrifier.
They've all got like fake mustaches
They're all like
on.
going to their shoulders in the trench coat, you know? They're like, please, 2 tickets, please. It's that kind of thing. No, they're getting tickets to Wild Robot, and then they're going to sneak in. That's what they're going to do.
They had security on lock because we went and we were doing like Man on the Street with the people that were going into the movie and asking them what they were looking forward to and stuff. And I know, imagine I did it at the actual premiere and I didn't have AD and miss it. I was performing with Louis C.K. So that night.
Okay.
I mean, he was performing with me. It wasn't like we were equal.
You guys were partners.
We were equal billing. But so we were asking these kids questions and stuff. And then we were like talking to another couple. And then they came up and they're like, will you be our mom? Like they won't let us in. So I was like, okay, I'll be your mom. They were Black though. So I was like,
adopted.
I was like, come on, this is Hollywood. You don't know how much money I have. Possible. Yeah. Oh no, you guys are too young to get in. I don't look like any of you. Well, I guess my fiance's Asian. Should I be their mom? Okay, yeah, I'll try. I didn't tell them. We have to say they're our kids because they can't get in. We're not getting you beer. Just kidding.
Do you guys already bought your tickets?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God. All right, we could try.
All right. Who is the easiest
Hey,
name?
Annie.
What?
It's not going to work. You got to be a parent or a guardian.
Okay.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work, guys. You got to have your parent or a guardian, legal guardian. These are not your parents or legal guardians.
Bye, son. You don't know how successful I am. And that's another level when you're like, look at my children. But we tried and the security guard was like, no. And I asked him, I go, has this happened a lot? And he goes, it's the first night. I don't know. And I go, it's going to happen.
That's so crazy.
They got kicked out. My friend saw them get kicked out.
Oh.
No, okay, so what did you...
for them. They need to see it.
No, I know. I'm like, I tried my best.
Where are they? Let's find them.
We need to find those kids. I mean, I have footage of them, which is probably illegal.
Well, at the premiere, wait, that reminds me, at the premiere, so there, you've seen it. So you know, no spoilers, but there is a scene involving children.
Mm-hmm. A few.
just a few. All of those kids were at the premiere. And like I show up and I'm like about to walk the red carpet and my tits are out and I'm like feeling good, you know?
Yeah, your dress was amazing. I cannot believe I didn't go. I'm like, I'm trying to be chill. Like the Lord, I'm like, the spirits didn't want me to go for some reason.
We'll get you next time. Terrifier 4. No, but there's all these kids there. And at the end, like we come out and they all like literally like rush me. Like I'm like, feel like I'm gonna lift it up, you know? And they're like, we loved you. You're the Scream Queen. Like your scene was so good. And I literally was like, you saw it? You guys watched that?
Yeah,
you were like 9 years old.
You also were a bitch in it and you deserved what you got.
That's what the comments say, you guys. It kind of like hurts my feelings. I'm like, wait, was I really that insufferable?
It was just good acting. It was good acting.
Thank you. I saw someone was like, I liked it because like you were a bitch, but you weren't like a basic bitch. There was more there. And I was like, thank you.
Layers,
you get me. You get me.
layers.
There's the bitchiness.
What did your boyfriend think?
So I have to give him like huge props because he is actually like the coolest, most confident guy you'll ever meet. So he was totally chill and he was just like the whole time like, I'm so proud of you. Like this is so epic. Like being here and watching you. And he kept being like, my 14-year-old self would be freaking out right now. If he knew,
I know. It really is. That's what I was saying. They should let kids sneak in because it is like for children. It kind of like horror, I feel like starts young.
Well, true. And like those are the fans that are like gonna grow with the franchise, you know?
I know, and their parents are watching like Dateline at home. So they're seeing real murder.
That's scarier.
May as well see fake murder.
It's like in reality.
And I feel like it's so grotesque that it's like I can separate. Well, I also saw him do it, but I came back, shower scene. What up? They were like, oh, you're here. Damien invited me, and then what was the intimacy coordinator?
Maria.
Maria's like, oh, you came today.
No, that was probably like the day that you could see the least things happen. I do feel bad about that. And now like knowing you, I would have been like, oh my God, like, what are you kidding me? Like, come on in, you know?
I want to say goodbye to you, and you basically had like, you were chopped up.
No, oh my God. At the end of that filming, so fun fact, I had a double ear infection when I came home from filming that because of all the blood.
The screaming blood. Oh, the blood.
I came
the
back and I
doctor's
was
like, what the hell is this?
On the flight home, I literally was like, I feel like I'm literally, my head's
The doctor's like,
no, the doctor's like, what
is there syrup in your ear?
My hair was dyed red, like the bleach, and it was like dyed red. And I show up to the doctor and she's like, are you good?
you're like, here's the thing. It was a movie, but also I'm not okay.
No, literally, I'm like, I was just getting killed, okay, in a shower. You don't know.
Do you think now when you watch horror, you're going to be thinking more of how the angles are and the shots are?
100%. I mean, I always loved horror films growing up and was kind of just like enamored with like, I love anatomy. So I was a nerd about that. Like, I just thought it was really cool. And now it's all about like, how'd they do that?
Yeah.
How'd they make that look good?
But then you had a surgery that was in the same place you got chopped. Do you remember when I wrote you that?
Wait.
I go, did Art do that? She had her actual surgery in this. I'm like, this is I'm like, Damien, you manifest her.
Oh my God. I didn't ask Damien that if that had anything to do with it.
So you have a scar there?
Wait, yeah, hold on. Boom.
He chopped her.
Art did this. Run me my money.
Look at these abs, this bitch.
Oh, thank you.
This dancer bitch. I was like, what the hell is going on? This is the hottest girl I've ever seen. And I was like, they're going to freak out. I was like, they are going to freak out.
You're so nice.
And Mason's so funny. He's like, with his hair, he's got his like cute boy hair.
He's got like his like football player hair.
No,
I love him. He's the nicest guy ever.
No, he's so nice.
Like literally, it's like, that's why it was so funny, like doing a scene like that with Mason, because I'm like, again, I feel like I just hit the jackpot. I was like, literally could not be a nicer guy. Every 2 seconds checking me like, you good?
Yeah.
Is that good? Are you okay? Like,
as if he had been a scooch off, that would have sucked. If he had been a little. And how nice, David's so nice too. Damien too, by the way, everyone's the sweetest, most gentle people.
Well, you would never think that. Like, sorry.
I'm like, Damien, it's deep. Because he's so sweet. I'm like, where is this?
No, and like, that's what you don't realize. I don't know. Like, coming into this, you would think that someone who's creating something so like satanic and like terrifying that like they would be a really scary person to work with. And literally my agents before I accepted the role was like, you need to like meet with this guy and just decide.
Sure,
they were like, you need to make sure that you feel comfortable working with this team. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Damien, can I get a Zoom with you? And so we hop on the Zoom and I literally, my mom was like listening in and she's up popping in. She's like, she's gonna do it. You're so nice. Oh my God, can I even take it to the premiere? Nice. And I literally like, well, yes, I agree. So
I'm triggered by premiere.
Sorry, we'll move on.
I literally cannot believe that happened. I was like, well, maybe I'll just pretend like I just was busy, but it's like I wasn't.
I'll just edit you in. We can like take a picture today. We'll put it on the red carpet and be like, love seeing my girl.
You know, I would have been like full glam. I mean, I've been acting like
you're full glam now. You got the lashes and everything.
Like I'm Art. I literally am like, I'm Art. I'm the killer clown. It's me.
Well, I went to an LA premiere and no, sorry, it was.
I missed.
It wasn't like that. I went to an LA showing, and there were so many people in full costume. It was freaking me out.
It's crazy.
And like people, like not only were in full costume, but like they'd be talking to me like normal, and they'd go and walk onto the red carpet, and then they go, and they'd like get really into it, and they'd like contacts would pop out, and I'd be like, oh, y'all are real.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are like
that's
to
what
the
I'm saying.
bone.
Like, what's happening in your life is forever.
No, it was really cool because I show up and you guys, I am so serious. I was the only person wearing color. Every single person in that entire day was wearing black. And I was in like this red frilly dress. I had done like a Pamela Anderson inspired bun. And they had this like question Q&A afterwards. And it looked like I had planned it.
I totally could have enjoyed watching that. That's enough of a thing where I would have loved to have gone to it, but it's fine.
Well,
who else was in the Q&A?
We're going to host our own.
We're hosting it now, guys. Do you have any questions? Oh, wait,
social
nobody's
media.
Here. Oh, you guys already saw it? Okay, you guys already saw it? Okay.
Again, third time's a charm.
The line is long.
Did you get a Terrifier coffee?
I hope they still have the Terrifier coffee. I was like, I like a bloody looking coffee. And then I saw they had a Terrifier 3, but there's art.
Yeah.
That is, what's it called? I know. Oh my God, what am I called it out. I know what it's called.
Half of it right
Get out. I was calling it out. I was like, it's not like a,
What is this?
that's, why is my brain not working? I obviously know this. Jennifer's Body.
Oh, she got it right.
I want to tell him.
Go ahead, tell her.
I'm in Terrifier 3.
Oh, you're in Terrifier 3.
I have a small part.
You were what?
I have a small part that's pretty cool.
Cool. That's awesome.
Cameo.
I know, and I'm like so excited.
Terrifier.
No, shut up. We don't need anything free.
Are we going to be able to easily recognize you, or do they like...
Yeah, you hear my voice, everything, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Sweet. It's embarrassing to tell people I'm in it. I like have to brag. I'm such a bragger anyway. All right, so you created this place and then your dad helped you?
Yes.
Oh, Dad, what the hell? And do you open all year round? Or?
Yes, so we're open all year round, spooky vibes all year.
Because the freaks come out in LA. The freaks don't go away in the winter. What's this guy from?
Oh my God, she doesn't know?
Who is it?
It's Nostafaru.
From what?
Someone came in an Art the Clown costume yesterday. It was so cute.
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't. I'm gonna see it very soon. Yeah.
It's so good. Do you have fake blood on your person?
I always have fake blood with me.
I always do too, and I
Yeah.
have it with me right now.
Yeah,
I
I
also
always-
just always carry it. All right, so this is the Terrifier 3 Candy Pain drink from Horror Vibes Cafe. How normal everyone's treating that I just did that is so funny. We're the single boys. We're the single boys. We're the single boys. We're the single boys. Oh. Auto blow, auto blow. Guys, it's Anansi. I have something for you because sometimes your hand gets a little tired, you know? Sometimes you can sit on it. You can make it go numb. It feels like the stranger, but it's just not the same. You can't quite get that rhythm going. Your elbow starts to hurt. Your shoulder starts to hurt. Sometimes you've seen Terrifier 3. You saw a steamy scene and you thought, you know what? I got to go home. I wish I had a girlfriend. But do you want a turbo assistant? Do you want the best assistant? It's a combination peen pump and stroker that's for people with ED or people who just want a really, really, really good time. And I'm not talking about Ellen DeGeneres. That's what ED stands for. This is the male milking machine that's going to get the job done for you. The VacuGlide's interface makes it so easy for you to control the speed and stroking distance so you can customize your experience. This actually, Todd enjoys this more than me at this point. Ooh, you hear that? I wanted to blow the microphone. Oh my God. Ooh, it's getting me going. Sometimes we have 2 auto blows. Sometimes I get the other auto blow. Hold on. I get the other auto blow and I cross swords. I double auto blow. Look at that thing. Is that beautiful? Look at that interface. And speaking of, sometimes you can't get it in her face. So you got to use the VacuGlide. Oh. I'm on the road a lot. And if my mouth ain't here, that doesn't mean my man can't get pleasure with the VacuGlide. He just slides us on his dingono and it goes. Man, does the VacuGlide make my life easier? No erection? No problem. The VacuGlide will get you where you need to go, baby. And it doesn't take it personally. You know, sometimes women take it personally when you got a little ED. Guess what doesn't? The VacuGlide. Not quite ready to make the milking leap? AutoBlow has you covered with the modest AutoBlow Ultra model. We got her right here. The Ultra syncs up with a library of dirty movies or Terrifier 3 to give you an amazing experience just without the suction. Guys, splurge for the suction, okay? Splurge for the suction. Did you see my face? What it did to my beautiful face? Get 10% off the VacuGlide or the AutoBlow Ultra when you use promo code Annie at autoblow.com. That's promo code Annie for 10% off the VacuGlide or AutoBlow Ultra at autoblow.com. Check out autoblowme.com for more info. We love our sponsors. Now, okay.
Lay it on me.
You go in.
Oh.
You know all this stuff's happening. You go back. Your mom was excited. But then when you are you calling her from set and going, Mom, this is crazy? Randy's worried about you.
Randy knows. Yeah. No, I called Randy. Yes. Like,
yeah.
It was one of those things where you just can't possibly prepare physically for what's happening to you. The water was warm, but we were shooting in upstate New York, or Staten Island.
Yeah.
Not upstate New York. We were in Staten Island, and it was freezing cold outside, and I was wearing nothing pretty much. I was wearing
it was raining.
It was raining. So the second that I would exit the shower at all, I was just ice cold, frigid. There was no heat in the building. The water's in my ear. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things where I was, as an actress, super fulfilled and excited. As a human, I was so deeply uncomfortable.
Were you trying to not shake in the scene and stuff?
Well, the shaking actually aided, I will say,
okay.
but it was more of I just couldn't help it. And then my throat's gone from all the screaming. They're hit oh my God, someone's job was just to get me tea. And I was like, oh my God, I look like I'm such a bitch. I look like such a diva right now. I'm sorry, I don't have any voice.
You're like, this isn't warm enough. Did you throw it in their face?
Oh, totally. Put it in my mouth and then I spat it back out.
And you're like, isn't that what we're doing here? They're like, it's been fake until this moment.
Yeah, literally.
Randy's humping.
Oh my God, is he
Randy's
okay?
getting horny. Randy loves horror.
He's getting horny about that shower scene.
Yeah, it's freezing. And then, gave you guys those little robes.
We had little robes, which is great until they're soaking wet as well. And then
I took pictures of you guys. I wish I had waited for you guys I'm just posting these pictures of you guys.
Oh my God.
Robes.
But remember before I leave to show you this photo I took with Damon, after we called it my final shot, I look like a demon. I look like I crawled out the seventh ring of hell. It is truly have you ever seen The Ring? And she crawls out. That is truly what I was looking
Samara.
Yes, truly.
Now, okay, wait. So when you get hit on different angles, it's different makeup. So you had to keep going back into makeup and they would have to add things?
Totally. And there were points when Damon would be like, all right, throw some blisters on her. And they'd be like, and they'd run me back to the chair and pat me off and throw blisters and then airbrush me and then shove me back out there and throw blood on me. There was a point because the water would wash off the blood. So they would quite literally they would dip their hands in blood and go and just throw it on me. And I'm like, this is normal. This is cool. This is great.
I will say the whole crew is so cool though.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was chill.
That's the thing is that it was a super unique and challenging experience, but I could not have asked for a better crew, specifically our little female crew that we had between Olga, Heather, and Jackie. They just really made it a seamless process.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Olga.
I know.
Everyone was so great. So cute.
No.
Now,
awesome.
okay. Would you do more horror?
Oh, I want to do more horror. If anyone out there, ask me, please.
Guys, done.
No, I will say it kind of was a freeing moment for me. I tend to get pigeonholed in kind of cheerleader space. And so as much as fun as that is, at least I would love some duality with that. And I feel this role let me prove that I'm ready for those challenges and I want to keep doing it. I just want to keep going more and more.
Murdered cheerleader.
Hello.
How about that, guys?
Wait,
Kill
what is
this
that Jennifer's body?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh my God. The blonde Jennifer's body, you guys.
I'll do either role, okay?
I see it. No, I'm excited. I think things are going to get even crazier. You got to go to the horror cons. People are going to freak out. Have you gotten
100%.
notice on the street yet?
Not yet, no.
It's happening. It's week 1. It's going to happen.
Hopefully. We'll
People
see.
are going to freak out.
No, it'd be pretty cool. I feel really excited about everything.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you auditioned, did you have to do a blood curdling scream and do all that?
So surprisingly, not as much as you would have thought. The role required a lot. And I remember we had one scene that opened with a kind of a scaring scream. And I put a note on my apartment door and I was like, sorry if you hear yelling. I'm okay. I'm filming a self-tape.
Sorry if you're being strangled to death or anything. This is just all.
But you guys, truly, my poor neighbors, they've been through it. I mean, yes, that was a crazy audition with the screaming, but I've had ones where I had to pretend that like I was in a bombed city ones where I was getting strangled. Like they definitely think I'm like
we
they
gotta get rid
definitely
of
think I
this
have real
girl.
issues in this life.
And then your roommate freaked out, saw the movie. Everyone saw it.
Yeah, so people have been really nice. Even people like in my family who like I honestly probably should have said don't go see it are seeing it.
It's
so.
too exciting. It's like that's what such a juxtaposition.
Well, my
'cause it's-
dad, so I obviously was like open with him and I was like, hey, like, so there's gonna be like some kissing scenes. I get murdered in the shower, like like I kind of like laid it out for him. And he of course was like, that's great, Lily. I'm really proud of you, but I'm not gonna see it. And I'm like,
yeah.
totally fair. He's like, guy from Alabama, like totally respect it. This is just not his world. He calls me today. He's like, it was #1 in the country. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm gonna go see it over the week. And I'm like, no way. Like, no way. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm stoked that he wants to support, but I literally like shocked. Like I would have never, like, it's just not his thing.
It's just such a crazy movie.
Yeah, exactly. And like
#1.
oh my gosh, my mom saw it with me the first time. And
Aw.
I had more fun watching her react than I did the film. She was like the whole time.
We want to do when it goes on streaming like over Christmas. We want to start a challenge, like a show your mom the first scene of Terrifier challenge.
Yes.
And just start like have it go. Just have like everyone do it because how funny is it to just watch your mom's? I mean that first scene is crazy.
No,
Damien is crazy.
My roommate's reaction to that, like literally, she was just like, she's so cute. Like it was just the like. Oh, I even think those noises those haunt me for
I don't
sure.
want to brag, but I'm the sole survivor of Art the Clown.
Wait, no one's talking about this. Everyone's like, everyone's dead. Annie is not dead.
Hello, Damon.
Co-host of Graven Image is not dead. Somebody
She
commented.
wants
something to avenge.
revenge.
I have something
She's
to
gonna want
avenge.
revenge.
Facts. She's gonna come avenge me, you guys. Someone commented like, she's like, not technically, she's not dead. They were like, they never showed a final shot of me. And I was like,
that's a good point.
he sawed me in
You have the
half,
scar.
boo.
You have a scar.
True. Maybe they just do some sick plastic surgery and I show up like botched and I have pillow face and I'm like, what's up, guys? I'm back. Do miss me.
It's so. Also, how crazy how good David is at being art, and he doesn't talk. Like he's so
I
funny.
didn't really like. This is gonna sound dumb, but I didn't know he didn't speak. I didn't know that was like a shtick of his. Like
you don't even really notice he doesn't speak because he's
so good.
Yeah,
and like also because there's like so many things going on around the pantomiming, So like somebody commented like the hardest part about the shower scene was just how loud the chainsaw was, and I was like, "Gags!" Like
the sound of the movie was so good. Everything was like
so good.
when the girl was like in the beginning scene when she's on she like grips the wood things. It's like it's so good. I was like, this movie.
Oh my god!
rules.
Or it made everything like sound wet. I don't know how to explain.
I know.
Like,
Everything was so. I know. I always like look at. I remember when they started like showing behind the scenes stuff, and it's if you punch someone, it was someone. The way they did the sound was it was someone with like a baseball bat or something hitting celery. Is the sound of punch like it was weird
that's
things
genius.
they would use.
Oh my
But now
God.
obviously you have it on audio already, but it's so crazy. They used to have to do weird. Like someone's job was to be like, what does like this? How can I make it sound like I'm squeezing a balloon if I'm not? Or like
I saw such a cool video of that. Someone was like, I was a sound specialist for that show Shameless.
Mhm.
And like, obviously there's like so much sex in that show. And it was just them like on a chair, like huffing and puffing, like in their kitchen. And I was like, unique job, man. Like,
Were you embarrassed to be like having a sex scene in front of all those people?
like, no, because it's not really a
it's
sex
acting,
scene.
yeah.
You know,
And
like,
then they're like, all right, you go.
well, yeah. And I don't know, like
That's
it
how my
sounds silly,
real
but
sex
like
is, though.
honestly, it's a really freeing experience because it just like allows you to separate like romance from intimacy. Like they're very
I did that in
different things.
college. Didn't have a problem with that.
No, but it's just really interesting because it's like, no, it's really like just becoming a different person and like it's choreography. So as a dancer, I'm like, girl, I got that in the bag. I do that all the time.
She's
So
such a good dancer. You guys have to follow her on Instagram. It's crazy.
shameless plug. Thank you.
No. Shameful. No, for me. Shameful. No, it's very, 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 she's very impressive.
Thank you.
I was so
love
excited.
to dance.
I was so excited when
You
I
have to
go,
come take one of my classes sometime.
I would love to. I'm a horrible dancer. I would love to be
You
taught to
need
dance.
to
No.
teach her.
He's like,
I-
please
She
for
needs-
my benefit.
I want her to learn how to twerk. She has no idea how
I
to twerk or
can't
anything.
release, there's some muscle I can't release in my back.
I'm gonna get you a few drinks. We're gonna go out and I'm gonna get you to twerk. I promise.
Well, I don't
if my
drink, so
little
it's-
booty can twerk, you can twerk.
I don't drink, so I'll have to do a little ketamine
Okay,
first.
we'll do anything else. We'll be California sober, okay?
California sober. I'm rave sober. I'll be on acid. But yeah, no, it's Todd's always like, come on, just twerk, just right now. I'm like, I tried.
Just do
I had a
it.
boyfriend who said if you weren't born with rhythm, you could never learn it. Do you agree with that?
No, because I was hopeless as a child.
Really?
My mom tells a story of like where she would have me like try to like walk and clap and walk and clap. And she was like, this girl, she loves to dance, but she does not have any rhythm.
I was like, I saw the future in this girl. I said, one day she's gonna be able to take a shower and get chopped. I believe in her. We are really spoiling this.
Wait, yeah, no, that doesn't happen. I'm totally,
Guys,
I'm chilling. I take a bath. It's fine.
She lives. She lives.
The girl who lived.
I mean,
oh, that's her. That's her.
I was so good that I lived.
They wanted you for Terrifier 4.
I'm 5. And
6.
6.
16. Yeah.
How many do you think he's gonna do? I know, and then I'll be playing like a senior in college then.
I like can't. 6 years.
He was like, you could tell when Damien was like, how do I shoehorn this bitch into my movie? He's like, all right, there's not really any rules. I guess we can just kind of like, we'll just have her like kind of further away from the camera and she'll look younger.
Well, I laughed because I saw myself and I was like, damn, I lost like 5 years. I was like, I look young as heck in here.
I thought that's how I felt about myself. I went, oh my God,
No,
look at
yeah,
her.
we
She's a
look
spring
like-
chicken.
Seriously.
I'm like, you look at my older
Freshmen, for
sister.
sure.
You looked at my older sister.
Of course. Duh. You'd fit right in. I'm the middle of 5 girls, technically.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'd
I've-
love to see this. Sounds like a calendar, not to objectify you. Sounds like a calendar.
No, yeah. Well, no, we have 1 brunette. The rest of us are blonde. But they're 2 biological, 2 stepsisters.
Oh,
but
really?
In the middle. Either way. So.
This is a sitcom. I'm
I
seeing
know,
it.
my poor
Horror Girl
dad.
and Family. You are a cancer survivor as a kid.
I am.
Oh my
yes.
goodness, I'm a Cancer. I don't want to make it about myself, but
Oh my God, twins!
we're like twins. So you have like, do you think that helped you with your acting? You kind of have like
I
been
think,
through a lot.
I don't know.
I'm like trying to make it a serious interview.
Do you think your cancer
I'm like,
helped you get
is your
killed in the
cancer
shower?
cool or bad? Did your cancer help?
Crazy segue.
Did your I'm trying to make it a serious interview. So you had cancer. I'm like choking. Like
I like was gonna try to save him, but
I'm
that
like,
was really
so
crazy.
so your cancer helped.
No, I don't think it helped him with my acting. But I think it's like makes for a really great story, and it's maybe who I am. Well, I
We
will
watch
say,
reality TV, so this would be like the blurb in the beginning. You'd be like, I did all.
and you'd be like, "Oh, I want to watch that."
yeah. Well, you survived real life. That's good because
Facts.
you.
Well, I will.
She's
I have
not
to give
survived the
Damien.
movie.
Yeah. Spoiler, bitch.
Sorry.
Now no one's gonna see it. No, but I will give Damien credit because when I did first get the role, and I like suddenly dawned on me, I was like, oh my God, we didn't tell them about my scars. Like when they were like casting me, and like my agents like had to send this kind of like, I don't want to say awkward email. They're kind of like, hey, like she has like a lot of scars on her torso, and like sent like a bikini picture of me. They're like, do you still want her?
He's like,
Which
this is actually. He's like, I don't want to be weird. I knew.
no, and he was like, oh yeah, I like follow an Instagram, like
Aw.
totally. And he was just like, no, that's so sick. He actually at one point was like, I wonder if we could write that in. Like maybe she's like seen art before, and like I don't know. It was just the fact that he was like so accepting and like
Yeah.
just ran with it. Like I was like something that I guess I was always fearful that it wouldn't be accepted, but like being able to represent like body positivity, even in this niche horror space that's not usually like supported, you know? I'm like, slay, positivity.
We support. We're very positive about this body. We don't want to be weird about it, but we're very positive about this body. No, it's amazing. I'm excited. I want to see your rise. I would love to have seen you at that premiere, but you were so cute.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure you were amazing. I barrel rolled myself into the movie, to be honest.
Hey, so when am I coming to set? Hey, so what am I doing?
No, Damien invited me. I was so excited when he invited me to come back. He's like, come back. Watch
Well, I
all
was
this stuff.
stoked because like it just kept saying co-host, and I was like, well, who the heck is this co-host? And then you were so much cooler than anyone I could have imagined.
You're like, do you want to run? You're like, do you want to run the lines? I was like, sure. I know. I had to
So
learn
great.
a lot. I was like, they sent me the lines the night before.
Oh, that's so typical.
I know.
So typical.
I was like, oh, and you don't like. I know Damien's like making the movie, so I don't want to bother him. I know he's like
He's
in
not
the
just
midst.
making; he's
he's doing
writing,
everything.
like directing, doing editing, everything. He does everything.
Well, he's still so sweet. Like when I left that night, he's like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't get to hang out more. I'm like, Damien.
Hang out. Because that's what we're doing here. We're all just hanging out. Just hanging out with a chainsaw. That's
I know.
all.
Oh my God. They'd break for lunch. Well, when I showed up to set, I left I don't know if you were there yet, but I left my phone in the Uber on the way over. So
Oh my
I just
God.
was already a problem. I just showed up and was like, to one of the PAs, like, can I just have your phone for the next like 25 minutes to a half an hour?
Wait, you got it back?
Yeah, I got it back, but I had to use his phone
To
to
contact
call. They had my manager's number, so I had to call my manager because I didn't memorize his phone number. And now at this point, I won't. I refuse to. At this point, I'm standing by.
No, I do
Not
feel
knowing.
guilt when we go to a restaurant and like my boyfriend will like say my number
Oh.
out loud for them to call, and I'm like, yeah, what he said.
Yep.
Right there.
Exactly.
Right, that
Well,
one,
emergency
that
contact.
one.
I'm like, Todd, what's
It's
your
my
contact?
mom. My mom literally never answers the phone. Still, every time I'm doing her.
Where does your mom live?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
My mom and dad are both still there, but
Cool.
go back when I can.
I had my parents in Philadelphia as my emergency
Like, what are they
contact.
gonna do?
And I'm like, they're gonna call them like in the middle of the night.
Literally.
Like, wake up.
No, I tell the story all the time. I was in Florence with my girlfriends post-grad trip, living our best life. And fun fact, I'm an allergy kid and I have a severe tree nut allergy, okay? And I actually ate a pistachio in one of my sandwiches
Oh,
out there,
no.
traumatized my whole friend group. We had like the whole EpiPen thing, the ambulance comes. It's like
What
this-
happens? You're like, and it's immediate.
Like basically, like
You were
hives
meant
to
for
like.
this. How
No,
crazy
you
is
guys,
your
I like
meant
have
for
like
this?
real life experience,
This
okay?
is
Like
so crazy.
I
She's
have like 9
method.
lives, bro. Like
You're method.
I'm method, you guys. No, but my friends are all traumatized. They're calling my mom and dad like repeatedly. Do you think either of them answered the phone? No. I was like, we ended up calling one of my other friends' parents, and of course they answered. I'm like, at least you guys care about my well-being. At least someone cares.
If my parents don't pick up, I can't even imagine. I'm like, what are you guys? And my parents are old. They're like 70 and 80. I go, where are you? I go, what could you possibly be doing? They're like, we're on a walk. I'm like, can't walk and FaceTime? They can't though.
Stop.
They're good, but the balance is hard. They're old.
I get support each other.
So you're from North Carolina. Is your family religious?
I was raised religious. It's like, I don't know.
You're
It's
like, I'm religious until I get the part.
No, I don't know. I was raised in the Bible Belt, so like everyone
Right.
is like Christian, like from the get-go. But it's just interesting, like growing up, and like I went to a school that had like pretty much people from all over the world, and like that really changed my perspective of like, yeah, I believe in a higher power, but I don't
Yeah.
know, you know.
Well, I'm just wondering, I bet you all the like church people from your neighborhood are watching this.
Oh God, no, they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare. They probably are the ones protesting.
They're
Have you seen the
sneaking.
protests? There's like people outside with like, Jesus would say no to Terrifier.
I
Like,
told him he should make art time travel and go to like Auschwitz, like really piss people off. Because he has to like anger people. And we know how sweet he is, so it's just so funny. What are you looking up, Todd?
no, yeah. Look right there. Satanic Santa.
Satanic. They're making it sound cooler.
No, seriously, I'm like, we should use that slogan. Satanic Santa. That sounds good.
I do like the Spirit Halloween, like slutty art.
No,
It's like slut art.
wait, so or is that what we're doing for Halloween this year?
Maybe.
No, someone's like, you should go as yourself. I'm like, what? I'm naked?
I
Like,
know,
what do you
yeah.
guys want from me? Like,
They're like, yes, that's exactly what we want
please,
from you.
please.
Look, keep Christ and Christmas. We protest the Satanic Santa Terrifier 3 movie showing here.
And they probably didn't even see it. That's the thing. They probably didn't even know how
they
bad
had
it is.
no idea what's going on in that film.
The audience wants to know, when do we expect a true crime podcast from you guys?
Oh,
Do you guys like true crime?
Have you seen the new Menendez brothers?
oh, of course I did. I quit true crime and then I dabble back in.
I'm not like that into it, but I love a documentary or
Yeah.
like the monster series. Oh my God, the Dahmer one. Oh, I made myself sick. Over that.
Exactly. I like it like a little more contained. I don't
So
want
it's
to.
like a dramatization.
Yeah, I don't want to take joy in the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's fun when it's not real, but like then I get like freaked out. Like
Yeah.
I don't think art's gonna be in my shower, but like I sure as hell think someone with a knife will. Like
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know. You know?
Yeah, the clown suit and him like not being from this
like worlds.
dimension. Yeah. is
Yeah,
good.
like the immortality and stuff. That makes me feel really good at night.
Yeah, if
you
he was
know?
just a guy, you'd be like, okay.
No,
this
I'm
is a
so much more scared of a man than I am
Look at
like
the
the
hills
clown.
have
Oh my
eyes.
god.
The hills have eyes is like so scary to me.
Yes, 100%.
I'm like, it's too good of acting too. I'm like, they acted too well. They acted too well.
Also, like the Saw films for me were like
Oh my God.
were like my intro into horror, and like I will speak for days. Like I loved the first Saw film, but it also like unlocked like a niche fear in me where I was like acutely aware that like someone could hurt me.
Yeah,
I was
someone
like,
could pull my fingernails off
whoa.
one by one.
But I was like, someone could build this. Someone could do, theoretically, it's possible.
Well, you're a traveler. Did you ever see Hostel? Hostel's fucked up.
Okay, not horror, but Taken. Come on, my parents
Oh,
made
yeah.
me watch that before
And I don't want to be rude,
ever
but I would have
traveled.
kidnapped you.
Oh my god,
You're so kidnappable.
No, I know. I sometimes I feel a little bit like a target, but that's why I usually try to have like a boyfriend with me.
Yeah, you got to get her security.
Please.
You need
taking,
like 2 big dudes like next to you and
Totally.
your boyfriend.
no,
Because even
he
when
needs
Travis
protection
Kelsey's
too.
like escorting Taylor, there's like 5.
No, I
people.
love my boyfriend, but he needs protection too. He's not.
Yeah.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
I've had some little ones. Todd's tall, but the arms are pretty noodly.
No, just the way I like him.
I always tell people because Todd's half Asian. Like when guys hit on me, I'm like, my boyfriend's gonna karate chop you. Watch out. He's gonna get you. Todd almost fought
They're like,
someone
who's
for
this
me.
guy?
You almost fought someone for me. Remember that guy, the AAA guy?
Oh, not the.
The AAA guy?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about that one psycho at the comedy
Oh,
store.
yeah.
Oh, there's multiple fights.
Yeah, she has a lot of psychos.
I turned my DMs off.
Wait, I like. I'm not
They're
gonna lie.
gone.
I've gotten a few concerning ones. It
Yeah,
made
you
me wonder
go
if
like-
that's the best course.
I'm like,
Well, Mason like posted this picture with me, and someone went like full blown like paragraph. Sex before marriage is a sin. And I wanted to, like, I did it because I was like, Mason, you can handle this one, but like. I wonder if someone be like, you know, we're not actually fucking, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you aware that this is fiction? Do you know what fiction is?
yeah, do you see the
Have you ever
angle of
seen
the-
a film? Do you know what a movie is? You know?
Have you seen a silly story before? A very silly, but also they watched it. You watched the
I'm like-
movie. You're the sinner.
Yeah, okay.
It's so dorky to care.
No, I agree. And that's why I'm like, just have fun. Like, it's funny. It's hilarious. Like,
Did they do like molds of your head and stuff for
oh
that?
my God, yeah. They did
Yeah.
a full face head mold and then a full body mold, which was like, honestly, one of the most wild experiences of my
Horrific
life.
things
They
I
have
can
me
imagine.
standing there like, you know, like that emoji that's just like standing there. Like,
Yeah.
that's literally my full stance. And they have me gripping these poles because they're like, it's gonna get really heavy. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm strong, whatever. No, I was gripping those poles because it was like 15 pounds. Like, it wasn't just one layer of like plaster. They did 3 separate layers. And you guys, like,
Did you have
This
like
is-
straws? Like,
No, no,
did they
no.
did your head separate or was it all
no,
the same
no,
time?
it was my head was separate. Thank God. They gave me like a fidget spinner to like play with because they were like, we don't want you to like have a panic attack. Your code is like, your signal is this if you feel like you're gonna pass out. And I'm like, what the fuck am
You're
I
like,
getting
what
myself
am I
into?
doing?
And I was like, how much am I getting paid for this? Like, you know,
All right, so this is your code. Could you even do that?
well, this is like
Like,
when
how
this
about
is
the
the
poles?
head
Oh,
one.
the
Well, the
head
poles
one.
ones, I'm like, heads out, I'm
Yeah.
fine. But I remember like this was so bad. But like after they did the 3rd layer, I literally looked at them and I was like, y'all aren't gonna use the outside layer, right? Because I look like the Michelin man.
You're like,
I was like,
fat.
I look so fat. Please don't use this.
Once I had this guy do, he was like, oh, I'm doing this like VR thing. And he surrounded my full body and he like sent it to me and I went,
Delete that.
I'm like, who is this? What
'Cause I know for
refrigerator is this?
I know
was
damn
like,
well that's not me.
I was like, that can't be me. It adds and goes, oh, and I was like, oh well, this was pre-Ozempic. But we're body positive. But
we are. Well, no, when they sent me like my fake tits for the first time, I literally was like,
did you get to keep them?
oh yeah, they're in my room.
Oh, that's
Wait,
so
maybe should I wear them for Halloween? Wait, that's
cute.
actually a good idea.
That is a good idea. I went as a nip slip last year. I had these big fake silicone boobs and I just had the nipple out. And it was so funny because people kept like going, your nipple's on. I go, that's the costume.
It's kind of the point, babe.
And then so they plaster you. How many hours was it?
Oh, I was at their studio for like a good 3 hours. Like it took a long time. And it was just so cool to see the process. And like you walk in and you literally are like inside of a horror movie. Like there's just dead bodies everywhere. Like every single one of the like cut up bodies you saw in Terrifier, they were all like laid out. Like everyone's just like with their little fine toothbrushes, like painting on like titty hair. And I'm like,
Amazing. I know everyone was so good.
it was just, I mean, it was incredible, but it was also, I was like, holy shit, someone's job is to come in here and draw areolas. Like I actually like the insane talent it takes, but also like, whoa.
What is going on?
Like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, that Damien's brain thinks of these things and then they happen is the craziest thing.
And the fact that I'm like, you're so nice,
He's so
but
nice.
that's going on in your head.
He's so nice.
I'm like, what?
I poke him. I try to get something out and it's just nice.
Maybe we just need to get him like super drunk.
We gotta get him wasted.
Oh my God. When we go to a con, we gotta like get him to black the fuck out.
Fucking wasted.
And like, we gotta get him to say some f***ed up shit.
Wait, why are all, but I want to ask him this. I want to be like, why do all the husbands hate their wives? The husbands are so mean to their wives. Did you notice that? The husbands are like, oh, shut up, Marge. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm already up. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I would slap
I'm
you.
so mad.
Like, oh my
I was
God.
like,
No.
She's just trying to take care of the kids and be like, a good
No,
mom.
literally, she's like giving him like Santa Claus cookies and stuff. I'm like, you could be a more perfect wife. Like, come on.
I was like, he was actually the true villain to me, that father.
No, yeah, he deserved it.
That
I'm sorry. Some
husband.
people deserve it. People say I deserve it, but I think he deserved
I liked
it.
how what a brat you were. Because
No.
I didn't really know that. In our scene, like I didn't know.
No, yeah, I was just passionate in our scene. But now I'm a bitch, for sure.
And you were right.
Bitch with a backstory.
A
Okay?
bitch with a backstory. Todd's always like, go do your scene again. I'm like, I don't remember it. Do you remember the lines after you do something?
I mean, the ones that we had to do like over and over again, but ours was like a lot of freestyle.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like we just kind of played off each other.
I had a onesie line.
No,
that
she
didn't
was
make
like
it.
dominating the fuck out of me though. She's like you have like a more like powerful voice, and you were like no. And I'm like
I'm trying to get killed. I was like, maybe he'll kill me.
no.
No.
Come on, I'm so good. Kill me.
Kill
me.
me.
I know you want to.
All right, let's see what chat says. Chatty chat. A whole gallon of water.
9 gallons of water.
A lake just dried up, so I could ask her this.
The iceberg
It's worth
just
it.
melted.
It's gonna be so bad. Can you tell us a bit about your character? How did you prepare? Oh yeah, how did you prepare for the intense psychological aspects of your character?
Ooh, that's intense. A lot of Zoom meetings with
Yeah.
Maria.
Yeah, was she like, was it almost like therapy beforehand?
Like, kind of. I mean, like, I don't know. It was a lot of questions that you just don't get asked a lot. Like, if I like shove the camera in your face and I'm like, what part of your body are you okay with me showing? What part of my body are you okay with me touching? Like, you don't really think about those things. And so I just had to like kind of deep dive and be like, what am I comfortable with? Like, what do I want out there? What do I not? So.
And I think it's better for them to do it then, because if you were on set and they were doing that, that'd be crazy. You'd be like under the weird, like,
no, and I would have been
lights
and like that's when you get pressured into doing stuff that you don't want to do, and then it's out there for the rest of your career. And like, no, I had some hard lines.
This was tasteful, even though it's crazy. It was still tasteful.
Thank you.
I was proud of you. I was like,
Thank
okay,
you.
side boob.
Well, yeah, that's
I was like, my girl.
Well, no, and that's the thing is
That's
that I was
why I
like,
was like,
I'm
was she
cool with some
religious?
side boob, but you're not gonna see the whole package,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know. I think that was like really good preparation, not just for like me, but like for the scene in general.
Mason.
I don't want to like blush, but like I literally, guys, like that film, that shot, like I remember my boyfriend was like, "Holy shit!" Like, what the?
So this was Damien. I haven't heard him exactly say this, but I'm sure he has said this. But this was like, people are like, he's a misogynist for like doing these things to girls. So he had to really give it to. But in the second Terrifier, he cuts a penis off, and then Art like he goes, it's just the tip on the. It's so funny.
I'm looking.
When I first was messaging, like DMing with Damien, because I just on Terrifier 2, and I was messaging him, and he was like, what's your favorite part? And I was like, I can't. And it was just like, bing, 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 bing. And that's how this one was too. I was like, ding. But obviously, I think I have to say your guys' shower scene was number one. And I'm sure everyone else feels that way too.
I've gotten a lot of DMs saying similar
Yeah.
things, but I mean, it takes two to tango. Like Mason obviously took a very hard kill.
I mean, Mason's, guys.
No, I can't.
Guys.
Whatever you think
It's
it
actually-
is, it's actually so much worse.
If you
Like,
knew Mason too, like if you knew
I
him, it's so
know,
funny.
I
So
know. He's such a
precious.
little like, baby, you know?
Like just look at his hair, and then like
He's just golden
He's
retriever,
sweet.
like personified,
he's just a
you know?
sweet, nice boy. He deserved nothing. And he actually, his character wasn't, you did that to him.
I was gonna say, I'm like, his character was nice. I was the bitch. I was asking for it.
Art was so funny in that scene too. Like, this isn't a bad spoiler, but he's like eavesdropping on her, and she's like, I wouldn't bang him.
I don't
and
wanna fuck
I
him.
want to fuck him. And he's like, Art's like, it's
Yeah,
like
he's
really
like,
funny.
No, yeah, he's like spelling himself. No, that's what I'm saying. Like he just goes out there and improvises. Like they don't even tell him what to do. Like they'll just be like, okay, you need to be listening to them while they're having a conversation. That's all David. Like David and Art are like weirdly conjoined, and I'm like,
I know, it's incredible.
It's crazy.
I know
It's so cool.
he's so good. It's so different than if anyone else, and it's a mask.
It's a mask, but like,
but it's
you can
different.
so tell it's
you can
him.
tell.
Yeah.
Because All Hallows Eve was someone else, was one of his friends, and that was good, but it's like Art, like is just brought to life.
100%. No.
I mean, it's just so, I can't believe Damien did this.
I know.
It's such a, I was texting with David and he's like, it's an underdog story. I mean, it really is. It's like, this is epic.
No, this is like the shit that people like live for. Like it's gonna be even more popular now that people are like, oh, it's like a David Goliath situation. Like, look at little David, you know? Like
she's so religious.
Oh my God, that was like
she's like so religious.
God, I'm from the guys. You can't beat it out of me.
She said gosh. She meant gosh.
Oh.
No, but I know it's like we'll have to do some extra prayers now.
I'm gonna repent when I get home, you guys.
So Terrifier 2 had like a mini rise like this where it was only supposed to be. It was only supposed to be in theaters for 1 week, and then they extended it,
which is so cool. Even like a feat in its own, you know. Like this is crazy.
The fact that you can't even see it online, and I'm sure they're gonna put it on streaming soon, and then so Christmas there's gonna be another jump. Oh, girl!
No,
oh, the rise of Alexa. So incredible. Well, I'm going to take her dance class. We'll vlog it. Do you mind if I vlog it?
Oh my God, please. Wait, we can do a private lesson.
Let's do a private lesson. It's actually it's going to be more embarrassing than your scene.
No. Girl, my scene's not embarrassing.
Not embarrassing. It's going to be more like vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be more vulnerable.
The twerking is so vulnerable. We might cry.
Try to twerk right now.
Yeah, go. I'll give you tips.
Right now.
I've done this before, and it's not like I pull it off. It's not like, oh, she pulls it off.
Go. Bend over. Get your back into it. Oh, the jacket's coming off, you guys. The jacket's coming off.
All right, I got to go this way.
I'll throw the money, okay? I'm going to get you into character.
Like, I was like, if I ever got a part where they're like, you have to dance, I'd have to be like,
you would hire me.
It would be like
you would hire me.
It would be like your scar, like where you'd have to be like, look, this is like my agents would have to be like, we're going to send you a video of her twerking. Do you still want her?
Hey, baby. Hey, Mom's going to twerk for you. Do you want to see?
Right. I don't have, oh my God. Okay.
Mommy's going to twerk.
Wait. You have to look at it. Right?
I'm watching.
No, but
I'm going to throw the money.
Isn't that one of the tricks?
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe some like plie would be helpful here. Ready, widen your leg. Okay. Put your hands on your knees, kind of, and go for it.
I can't. Go practice. But I know something's supposed to jiggle, and I can get it to.
Well, you're also in like jeans, boo. You think I can twerk in jeans? No. You gotta like be wearing minimal clothing. Like I have like pajama shorts, and I'm like, yeah, now these are some twerking shorts.
She's trying to get me naked.
Yeah, take it off.
I need an intimacy coordinator for our dance.
Maria, we need you.
Help me. No, I would love to do a private with you. We'll do it. We'll vlog it. We'll act like it's Dancing with the Stars.
I'm actually so serious.
Would you ever be on Dancing with the Stars? Would you ever? Well, you could probably be both sides.
Oh my God, I wish I was good enough to be a pro on that. That's like a whole, that's like ballroom.
We could get you to be a contestant though.
Now that, I would eat that up. Would eat it up.
They had a criminal on. They'll have you on. They just had this girl that was like a con. Are you watching it? Do you watch it?
My friend Ezra actually was her pro.
Oh, I loved him.
He's so sweet, and I'm like, why did they do that to him?
I felt it was his first season, right?
Yes, and he's like brilliant, sweetest person ever. Like,
and she's a monster.
No, and he like really tried hard. Like he really like tried to like.
I saw his face when she was like, when they were like, "What did you learn?" And she went, "Nothing." And he was like,
"You know, he got it tattooed."
Yeah, I saw that.
You had nothing.
You have to go on. We have to do this.
Girl, please. I love these like lofty aspirations you have for me. Like, I want them too.
I see you going to the top.
God, thanks, girl.
And listen,
I'll meet you there.
A year ago, I said I'm gonna be on Terrifier, and everyone's like, people are like, she did it.
She's a witch, guys.
I'm a witch.
She manifested it.
I'm a witch.
All right, we're manifesting lots of big things. Terrifier 4.
See everything, guys. Everything's gonna be amazing, and we'll vlog. It'll be great.
Yes.
All right, Alexa, Blair Robertson, and we'll tag all your stuff. She's a queen.
Thank you.
Get her now. Get her now.
Yeah.
Anyone's gonna save the world, yeah. When everything's burning, their voices keep returning, bringing us together, making it all better. watched him soar into the sky, and he was the way, brighter every day. And when you feel alone, hope is being shown in every single word. Our stories will be heard. We're breaking down the walls, yeah, show 'em what they want. Laugh until we fall, we're speaking for us all. And it's undeniable, this force is reliable. Anniewood's gonna save the world, yeah. When everything's burning, their verses keep returning, bringing us together, making it all better. Anniewood's the calling, catch us when we're falling. With every beat, every word, a revolution's heard from the world's every corner. We're getting stronger. Anniewood's gonna save the world, yeah. When everything's burning, their voices keep returning, bringing us together, making it all better. Anniewood's the calling, catch us when we're falling.
Oh, Randy, how did you feel about today's episode? Was it good? Did you like it? Did you like it outside? Did you like it like a puppuccino? Puppuccino? Did you like a puppuccino? Did you like a puppuccino?